Hi, I'm Martin, and this is Ciclopista Heaven. Join me as I cycle through the heart of central and northern Portugal, taking in historic towns and cities and stunning scenery. I'm going to share the ups, downs, and challenges of exploring this beautiful country by bike. Hi, and thanks for joining me on stage 7 of this tour, which starts in the historic city of Viseu. In my previous video I told the story of how I got here on the marvellous Ecopista Heaven. In the next 2 stages of my journey I'll be exploring the Ecopista de Vouga, a former railway line that's been converted to a massive 65 km long cycle track. Today I'll be travelling a leisurely 35 km to the halfway point at the town of Vouzela. I stopped off here to admire the panoramic views of the Valle do Rio Trosso. There's a well signposted circular footpath here that takes 1.5 hours and connects 3 remote chapels. I wouldn't say that I'm scared of tunnels. Let's just call it a healthy respect. Come on Martin, you got this. Whew, made it. Now it's time for a well-deserved rest under this beautiful tree at Moçambique. I hired the trekking bike I'm using on this tour in Porto, and so far it's been behaving itself perfectly. Riding these Ecopistas is relatively comfortable because there is no steep gradients, and the few sections which aren't paved are mostly just light gravel. This section, just before the track loops down towards São Pedro, must be one of the most beautiful. Cycling across the viaduct at São Pedro do Sul is just an amazing and exhilarating experience. Dear Rio Vouga, my old friend, we already met on stage 2 of this tour. If only crossing your banks had been so easy then. Down by the river, I had this place to myself, but I guess it must be a popular spot in summer. On this heart-shaped stone you can see my emergency chocolate ration. I'm saving that up in case I have a moment of desperation sometime on this tour. No chance of that on this Ecopista. It just takes you from one highlight to the next. not saying there are never any surprises. On this stretch of boardwalk it looks like there were not enough funds to make both ends meet. But who cares? The rest of the track is really well looked after. Simply a pleasure to cycle. And in some places people have gone to great lengths to be creative. Finally, a tunnel I can handle. And in no time we've reached Vouzela, a pretty town with another iconic viaduct. Time for some sightseeing. Tomorrow I'll be heading this way for the second half of the Ecopista. But first, time for dinner, where everyone was glued to the TV watching the match that would decide the Portuguese championship. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.